Hello everybody, I hope you're having a good day. This video won't be long. I was just listening to a video of people deconstructing the American system and some of this unrighteous heresy that exists. And when I speak of heresy, I'm not exactly talking about religion, because if I was, I'd be talking about how religion is heresy, the way it's being used. I believe religion could be a beautiful thing. But anyways, the point is, I don't I think that there should be government regulation and a cap on how much CEOs and different corporate entities can make in terms of rationing to their employees. So I'll give you an example. Like, I don't believe a CEO should be receiving 50 million, 100 million, 200 million dollars while their employees are making minimum wage. That's just bullshit to me. Yeah. Also, to me, I believe minimum wage should be well over $20 an hour at this point because of how much these corporate entities are making. You see, the idea that what's happening is the world is running into an unconscious fallacy. And what I mean is a lot of these people right now are saying they want American made, American owned. Well, the problem with humanity and not working like a one big mind and allowing for imported goods and different things like that is that the same problem as all white town ran into. They ran out of materials, they ran out of money, they ran out of different things. Well, when humanity cuts each other off and starts to try to come up with this supreme idea that they can do it themselves, well, what happens is the unaware, unintelligent people that don't understand how resources work and how there are different resources in different areas, they then mess everything up for the entire civilization. And so what I mean is, there's recently a problem where all these people that were voting on the right wing spectrum of politics were saying we want American made, American owned, American made, American owned. Well, what they failed to realize is that even those American companies were importing different things like tools and infrastructure and different things. Hold on one second. Oh, he jumped down. Aphrodite, or what's the name, tried to jump up there. Wendell. It was like, he smacked him and then he was holding on like Mufasa. It was funny. But also something else interesting, I found out that's a boy, the Torty. So he's still Wednesday because my girl explained that Wednesday's kind of gender neutral. But I guess I'm just gonna like, I keep calling him Wendell. It's funny to me. I like that name. Hello, Wendell. But he started humping my arm. That's how I found out. I was like, girls don't. Anyways, the point is, back to the point at hand. uh, that's Wednesday, or Wendell. He's a tortie. But what ends up happening is a lot of these American institutions, what happened was because of the tariffs, they started receiving higher bills. This one guy, his whole invoice went up, I think, $200,000. It was wild. He was pissed, and he was a part of the MAGA spectrum. And so what happens is when you have to make American made, they're not 100% everything in their inventory American made, and maybe some people are. But what I'm telling you, America's like an island, and we have certain resources like corn and beans and different stuff like that. But in terms of these major resources, like some of these minerals in the earth and rocks and different things, oils and stuff, you guys got to outsource. You know what I mean? It's a fallacy. Your racism is making you all stupid. And also in terms of not only just racism, because I'm going to explain to you all why I keep saying Trump and these elites aren't racist. They're fascists. What these people do is they pump through the media certain images and ideas for people to understand and follow. And then once people are programmed with that, you hear them in major talking points. Because like you'll see on the right wing spectrum right now, they say like lefty and liberal and Biden and Hunter Biden. They're just parroting what they've heard, and that's what they've been taught. And so I essentially don't believe that CEOs and different people should be making that much money while people are still trying to live on scraps, like 4 or 5 people living in apartments. It's the same thing as the ancient day. Remember when industrialization happened and the family, 4 or 5 families had to live together? And I'm seeing these people in apartments in New York the size of a closet or one of my rooms, and they're paying $700-800 a month. That doesn't logically make sense. And so essentially what they're doing is they're teaching you all of something called inflation. They're saying that the money is inflating like a balloon. So a balloon is a pretty, whatever color it is, and it's floating, but it's full of air. And so essentially what they're saying is the dollar isn't worth that. And so you need more dollars. And then, no, that's true. Because the dollar isn't worth anything. It's not real. It's a piece of paper. It's tree paper. Everything is an ideology. Everything is a worth. I see all these people starting up startup companies. But we already have millions of these companies. It's all about the brand and the image and what people are running their mouth about in the streets. And that's why the media usually wins and why corporate America wins, because they are the ones that control the media because they have all the money. And what I'm telling corporate America is that essentially if you guys were the superheroes, the Robin Hoods, if you all were the new anomaly that started helping people, your tree paper ain't real. Use it to help people. Congress, do something. You all keep increasing your pay all the time, but then won't increase the pay of the people voting for y'all. Corporate America isn't going to go nowhere because if they go to other countries, the other countries are going to tax them to hell. It's all grip. Oh, they'll just move their country corporations to blah, blah, blah. Okay, a lot of those countries are communists. They love America. That's why they try to control and manipulate the media and the narrative. So wake up, gather for yourself this information, because a lot of people, I hear people be like, oh, whites, you wouldn't believe you'd love some of them. And I hear people be like, oh, the blacks, y'all don't know. They meet me and, oh, I had no idea. It's life. You got to get to know people, man. You can't just listen to these parroting talking points on the media. So I'll holler at y'all later. Hey, something else I wanted to add real quick. I'm just rolling up a blunt before we eat these nachos and eat. Something else I wanted to say real quick. You hear of people setting regulatory standards and societal standards about what people should make and what they're worth, and like that's why they have minimum wage and different things like that, and medium wage gaps and whatnot. Well, the point is, I want to show you a fallacy. Like, you'll hear people saying, oh, they're poor, they're homeless, or they're this and that. But essentially, the only reason why you people are this rich is because you're unregulated and allowed to make millions and billions of dollars while paying your people that work for you scraps, especially corporate owners. I'm not talking about all business owners. I hate when I have to say that. I'm not talking about all blacks, you white, you business owners. Y'all know what the fuck I'm talking about. This is why no CEO should be making $200 million while people are still making $750 in the fucking South. Yeah, Illinois is cool for this 16, but dude, rent be like $700-800 fucking dollars. You need a fucking deposit in the first month to move in. You need damn near $3,000-4,000 to put down on a fucking car. I mean, it's bullshit. Nobody has this kind of money, and even these professions that was, well, what's the word I'm looking for? Salary, are all being bid out and being sent to corporate America. A lot of these farms are corporate farms. A lot of these truckers aren't contracted no more. They work for companies now. And there's a couple of new, they're not new movies, but it's called South Park Post-COVID 1 and 2. And I thought it was funny, the imagery they used of I believe she's Chinese up there swallowing the pill, and they was talking about how this is the future, so old people live forever, and old people were like, ah. But I understand their frustration with Space Jam 2 also, but this is why I keep telling y'all, we are grown now. The movies we watched when we were kids were not fucking awesome. We were kids. I rewatched Star Wars a bunch of times, and I was like, oh my God. When I seen Luke shooting in the little blaster, I lost my mind as a kid. As an adult, it's like, goddamn. You guys are doing this with new movies as fucking adults instead of letting your kids watch the movies and shutting the fuck up. Our parents was not back there with us like, oh yeah, oh this Little Mermaid movie. They shut the fuck up and watch the movie with us. But yeah, back to the ideology of just things, you know, spreading some of the butter so that it doesn't saturate the middle of the toast while the rest of the bread is dry. If that analogy makes sense. You know what I mean? So I just and this is what I'm about to say, when corporate America and rich people call you all poor, you're not poor. What they're doing is creating an imaginary system, just like delusions of grandeur. Then bureaucracy is fake, it's not real. Money isn't real, that's all delusional. We can do this with anything. It's about helping humanity. So I don't know why y'all keep letting Congress vote themselves more money and not give the median wage more than $7.50 in the South. Jesus fucking Christ. You can't even buy a meal with $7.50. So I'm gonna holler at y'all, man.